Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Ida256UG. Welcome to Ida256UG. Well, in this video I'm going to talk about how you can start a stationery business, which includes selling of scholastic materials, stickers, t-shirts, papers, crayons, geometry sets, and many others. So if you want to start a stationery business, these are some of the things you need to know before you start. Number one, you have to have a business plan. In this plan, you have to be dedicated and have sacrifice for your business in order to reach your goals. You have to have good technical skills and good management. We have different types of stationery, whereby you can do personal stationery, branding projects, or commercial stationery. There is wedding invitations that falls under stationeries. Or you want to, before you start, you have to know what you want and what items you'd like to sell. When starting a stationery, you have to know the suppliers who are going to supply you with scholastic materials, papers. You have to know the cost of productions, the expenses, market. All of those are included in the business plan. Number two, requirements. What are the requirements needed while starting up a stationery business? Some of the requirements include computer. Since most of the items which are going to be in the stationeries requires computer work, like designing, so you have to be with a computer. And this computer, you have to install designing softwares like Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, and many other softwares, Windows. Make sure you have a computer, designing softwares like Adobe Suites, Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, a website to display your products, because after making these designs on your computer, you're going to have a website where you're going to display your samples so that you get customers through this website. So make sure you have a website, a good camera for the photos you're going to take, different photos which you're going to display on the website, promotion items like business cards, good for stamping or digital printing. You can have a printer like inkjet printer, which will help you out designing for the stationery. You can get like a inkjet printer. This one is gonna help you when you want to print out your stationery work. So those are some of the requirements needed when starting up a stationery. Number three, markets. Before you start this stationery business, you have to know the markets. Where are you going to sell your products? Who are the people who are going to buy your products? You can either choose to sell your product to the final consumers, or to the retailers, or to the wholesalers. So make sure you know the market of your products. Wedding planners, like those who are planning weddings, planning birthday parties, those are some of the people who are going to be your customers in this stationery business. Then there is social events like church gatherings, family events. There is hosts and event planners, those hosts who are organizing events like concerts. Those are some of the people who are going to be your customers. The wholesalers or retailers. Social media. When you are starting this business, social media is a very desirable thing, because most of your customers, you get them through social medias, and it's gonna require you to have a good presence on the social media. Make sure you have a lot of followers. How are you going to get these followers? Post good work on your pages. You can use Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. if you're done your work, then post it on these social medias. For reaching out to desirable customer base, it requires you to have a social media or online presence like a Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter. Make sure you have a good following so that people can follow you, like your work, and then become your customers in the future. So these are some of the market for the stationery. You can also use family and friends. For example, tell them about your business, then do for them for free for a start. Through these family members, you'll be able to get other customers. Or through friends. Make sure you know which friend is having a party or anything to do with stationery. So tell them, and later they will be your customers. Before you start the stationery business, you need to know which costs are involved. For example, with the stationery, if you're going to do a home-based stationery, the costs will be low because you'll not be paying for the rent, monthly rent for the space. But if you're going to rent a space or an office for your stationery, the cost will be much more higher because you'll be paying the monthly rent. You have to know if your stationery is going to be home-based or you have to get a space or a physical location before you can start and calculate the cost of production very well. With the cost of production, there is purchase of letterpress or a printer which you're going to use to print out your stationery work, paper products, shipping costs, like because you're going to use other people's materials, so it will require you cost of shipping, like shipping papers or scholastic materials for your stationery. So also those costs you need to plan for them. Cost of buying computers, software like programming software like Adobe Suites, subscription to Adobe. So those are some of the costs you're going to incur while starting up this stationery business. This price will be determined by the number of hours you're going to spend while doing customers' work. The customer will pay you for those hours. Then the labor production. So those are some of the things you need to know before you price your things: production, labor, and the number of hours you're going to spend on the products. To get the final price, you're going to first do 3 things for friends, family, and other people as you're starting up to get or to attract customers. Then you get the final price later. These samples will sell you to other customers. How are you going to make money through this stationery? Making money through a stationery is through printing out customers' work or products. You will make money by offering customers your services at a lowest price. You have to know how you're going to advertise your business. Many people advertise through social medias because it's the easiest way. Newspapers, radio stations, word of mouth. Those are some of the ways in which you're going to advertise your business. Those are some of the procedures, all the things you have to know before you can start your stationery business. Well, thank you for listening to me. Those who have not subscribed to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. If you are new here, you're welcome, and don't forget to subscribe. Well, those are some of the procedures. Those are some of the ways or the things you need to know before you can start a stationery business.